Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Today we are doing a chit chat, get ready with me. A lot of you have been asking me again to start doing some eyeshadow tutorials or makeup tutorials. Honestly, those videos on my channel rarely get any views, and so they just feel, I don't know, it feels not like a waste of my time, but like it just, I don't know, I like doing things that you guys are interested in, but I despite people saying there's interest, like those videos just don't get views. And so I thought I would do a chit chat get ready with me because I really like these videos where I can just sit and talk to you guys. And I figure I'll do my makeup at the same time. So those of you who are curious about how I do my makeup, you can, hopefully take something away from that. I will list all the makeup that I'm using in the description box down below. I'm going for a pretty simple look today. It's actually Tuesday for me. And I just have a couple of errands to run, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, you guys, let's get into it. If you want to know what I'm using on my face, remember to check out that description box down below. And my topic for the day is my favorite YouTube rabbit holes. So I feel like I've done quite a number of share the love videos in the past, and I really like doing those because I think it's super fun to like discover new, well, channels or rabbit holes, as I like to call them here on this platform. And so I have a few channels that I thought I would share with you guys today. I will also link those in the description box down below as well. So if you think you might be interested, these are all really great channels that have brought me a lot of entertainment over the last several months. And yeah, so I'm gonna get started with, Charlotte Dobre. Are you guys watching her? So Charlotte has she does like reaction videos. So, like she'll go on Reddit or, Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and she puts together these compilations of just her reacting to different TikToks, Instagrams, tweets, all of that kind of stuff. And some of my favorites are her reactions to Entitled Brides. If you are new to my channel, I actually own a floral company. So in my day job, I am a florist. And I've been doing this since 2009. So I've been doing it for a while. I actually started out by creating a wedding planning company with one of my friends at the time, and unfortunately I discovered that I don't like being a wedding planner, so I handed that off to her, and I just kept going with flowers because that was the part that I really enjoyed. So anyway, so I know brides. And I've honestly been super lucky in terms of brides that I have had come through. And don't get me wrong, I've had a few where I'm just like, this is not worth it. I just wish that I would have never even met you. I should have just given you your deposit back, because I knew right away before I even booked a lot of these people that, well, and there's not a lot, honestly. In the like over a decade that I've been doing this, there have only been a handful where I've been like, who do you think you are? But anyway, so I know Entitled Brides, and I love her reaction to Entitled Brides, and it never ceases to amaze me how just entitled in general people can be. And I don't know, I think it's something that obviously shouldn't be a thing, but sometimes like it is downright comical, right? Like the things that these people expect. But getting back to Charlotte, because that's the whole point of this video, she just has the funniest like facial expressions to me, and the way that she delivers like her reaction just really, I don't know, I just want to be her friend. You know how sometimes like when you're watching people, you're like, wow, if I met this person in real life, I would totally just want to be their friend because they're so funny or they're so witty. And there is nothing that I love more in life than laughing. I think that if people just laughed a little bit more and took life just a little less seriously, I kind of feel like the world would be a better place. Everything is so intense right now, and I am just trying to find humor wherever I can. And Charlotte's channel is definitely, I think very hard to do. Hold please. Charlotte's channel is definitely a place I go to because she uploads every single day. It's amazing to me, every single day. I just go there and even if I'm in like a bad mood or I'm having like a rough morning or whatever, I leave smiling. Like I laugh, I just think, wow, people, you know? And I think pointing out the ridiculousness of people is something that sort of also helps me like deal with the ridiculousness. Like just having other people say, yeah, this is silly. What's happening in this situation is silly, and I'm going to point it out. And this, you know, is not okay. But I think handling it with humor is, I don't know, it feels like a more constructive way to me to deal with it, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure there are other people out there who are probably like, no, this is awful. You should never, you know, laugh at any of these situations. But I don't know. I just think everything is so serious in the world right now that if I can find like a moment of humor, like I'll take it. So anyway, Charlotte Dobre, I will link her channel down below. She's hysterical. She's Canadian, and she has the most beautiful like red hair too. Like every time I see her hair, I'm like, oh, that is gorgeous. Like it's just this beautiful, natural, like chestnutty auburn. I think people would pay a lot of money for her hair color, and I think it's actually her natural color. So anyway, go check out Charlotte. And then next, all right, if you are a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, you should check out Mr. Ballen. You guys, I have seen this guy's channel popping up on my YouTube feed for well over a year. And never once did I think to click on any of the videos, but I just was noticing, like, who's this dude? Like, because he just looks like he's this guy in a flannel. So Mr. Ballen, John Ballen, is a retired Navy SEAL, and he was hurt in Afghanistan. So I think he like got medically retired or whatever. But once he got out of the military, he was, I guess, trying to find something to do with himself. And he started a TikTok account where he started sharing stories about the strange, dark, and mysterious. So things like people just disappearing like into thin air, paranormal stuff, aliens, just lots and lots of different serial killers, lots of different topics, right? So he started over on TikTok, and then everyone was like, you should go start a YouTube channel. And so he did. And this guy's channel blew up. He has over 5 million subscribers, and he's only been doing YouTube for, I think, a couple years at most. I can see why he has blown up because I have become absolutely addicted to his videos. I have watched so many of them. The way that he tells these stories is you just are drawn in. Like, he doesn't use jump scares. He doesn't use like scary music in the background. He doesn't make a big deal out of these stories. He just tells them very matter-of-factly, and he's a great storyteller. You know, like it's not like he is boring. He's just so engaging in the way that he goes about telling these stories, and it just sucks you in. And he does it in the most concise way, which astounds me because, as you guys are aware, I am not concise at all. That is just not a skill that I have ever picked up at any point in my life. Sorry if I'm out of frame. That I have picked up at any point in my life. And it's fine. You know, some people can be concise, and some of us just talk way more than we should. But anyway, some of the things that I have learned through Mr. Ballen's videos are, I'm never going in a cave to do anything. Just stay away from caves. Terrible idea. You're gonna die. The end. I'm never going to go in the forest ever again because you'll probably get snatched by something and you'll never be seen again. I love the stories that he does about like Sasquatch sightings. So I live in the Pacific Northwest, and this area is kind of famous for Sasquatch stories. And he has shared a number of them where people have encountered this animal that they've never seen before, and looks like an ape walking upright. And people just don't know what to make of it, right? Like, is this a bear? Like, is this a bear that's evolved? What's happening? What is this thing? And so I find those stories really fascinating. So, but I'm definitely never going into the woods again. I'm certainly not to hike, or I'm not going camping. Camping, never again. If it's easy for you to develop phobias because of scary stories, I would probably not recommend this channel, but these are all things that I would never do in the first place because I don't know, I'm a bit more indoorsy than I am outdoorsy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love where I live. It's incredibly beautiful. If you've never been to Oregon, it is stunning. Washington, the Cascade Mountain Range, the forests that we have, they're beautiful. Like, it's just stunning around here. But yeah, I enjoy it from a distance. Like, I love the pretty postcards that I see, like with Multnomah Falls and stuff. You know, like all that stuff's gorgeous. But after watching these videos, certainly never going on a hike in the forest ever again. Gosh, you guys, he just has so many incredible stories. Like, I just find his channel so entertaining that, like, I had to share it with you guys. And really, the stories, they don't sound crazy. Like, it's not like he is telling these stories where, like, they're not, like, believable in any kind of way. It's, you're listening and you're like, oh my gosh, like, that totally happened. And a lot of the stories that he uses are from this Missing 411 series by, I believe his name is David Paulides. He also has a YouTube channel, this David Paulides person, this author. And John Ballen takes a lot of his stories from this book series. And it's just fascinating because I do think there's a lot of things in the world that are kind of, I don't know, maybe unexplainable, or I don't know. Like, I think there's a lot out there that we probably are not aware of. Like, when you think of the ocean, like, we have only explored like the smallest bits of our very own planet. Like, you can't really get to the inside of the planet. Like, we've done very little research in terms of what is on this rock that we live on. There has to be some, like, weird stuff out there that could create some weird phenomenon, or whether it's natural or I don't know. Anyway, if you have not checked out his channel, I really think that you should. I find it so entertaining and just so relaxing to watch. Another thing that I appreciate, and this goes for Charlotte's channel as well, although not quite as much, because some of the things you do definitely want to be able to look at the screen to see what she's talking about. But what I like to do with both of their channels is just create playlists of videos and then have them going in the background while I'm doing housework or sending emails or, whatever. I just like to have them going in the background, especially if nobody else is home, because it makes me feel like I'm not completely, like, isolated here. Don't get me wrong. I actually enjoy being home alone. Today is my first time being home alone since the start of last week because Craig got sick. He was finally able to go back to work today, so he's gone at work. But yeah, I like having those videos on in the background because they're very easy to listen to and it keeps me company and they're entertaining. And especially with Mr. Ballen's channel, like, I don't feel super scared afterwards. I'm intrigued. But yeah, if you are at all a fan of, like, anything paranormal or just things that are odd or mysterious in any kind of, like if you loved unsolved mysteries in the 80s and 90s like I did, he is a great channel for you. So definitely check him out. Another channel that I just recently started watching is called Missing Persons Mysteries. So one of the things that really intrigues me is people that go missing, and this is also brought up quite frequently on Mr. Ballen's channel as well, but it's just so amazing to me how many people disappear and are never heard from again, and nobody knows what happened to them. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, where, a lot of times, obviously, these people meet very unfortunate ends, and so I think that that's probably what's happening in a lot of these cases, but yeah, it's just like, what goes wrong here to like have just an entire human being like disappear, like nobody ever hears from them again. It blows my mind, and it breaks my heart for the families. So I love any of these channels that bring attention to missing persons. The last time that I did a Share the Love, I talked about Kendall Ray, who I'm still very actively watching. And one of the reasons that I really love her channel is because she also talks a lot about missing persons cases. And I love the attention that she brings to these people, or like murders that are not solved. Like, I think anytime that someone can use their platform to try to help someone else, especially a lot of these families who, you know, have these missing people who are just like, I just want some closure, you know, no matter what it is, I just want closure. This is so hard to do, you guys, talking and doing my makeup. Wow. I am way out of practice with this. This eyeliner looks awful. I'm gonna have to blend this. Where's my palette? By the way, I'm using this palette today. It's a ColourPop palette. It's called That's Taupe. This is a good one. Let's do a little bit of that. Okay, yeah, I can fix it. We're just gonna have to use a darker shade to blend out that powder liner. I really like using eyeshadow as my liner because I can diffuse it and make it kind of soft and pretty versus like a super harsh line. Yeah. So anyway, back to what was I talking about? Missing Persons Mysteries. There we go. So this is a channel that I just got into the last couple days, but I don't know much about this content creator, but basically they just talk about missing persons cases and again, try to bring attention to them. And, you know, I just really hope that with these people doing this, that it can potentially lead to some new discoveries or leads. And hopefully, you know, the families of these missing people can get some closure. I couldn't imagine a member of my family just something happening to them and not knowing. I think that has to be one of the worst feelings in the world, is losing a loved one and not knowing where they are. Something about that seems like it's just like a worst nightmare, especially if you're a parent, like to think of your child going missing. If I think of anything happening to Stella, like it almost causes me to go into like panic mode. I know she's safe at school, but just the thought of something happening to her just absolutely terrifies me. And, you know, I'm so glad that there are people out there who have these platforms with millions of subscribers and viewers. And, you know, I am sure that as a result of a lot of these types of videos from Kendall Ray or this missing persons mysteries, that they found, you know, some conclusions to some of these cases, hopefully. Maybe, you know, if someone saw something and then they watched a video and they're like, oh, you know, I think that's an incredible thing, and it just makes me really happy that there are people out there doing that. If I could be concise in any kind of way, I would love to do something like that. I watch a ton of like forensic files. I just find, I don't know what it is, but I find people doing bad things incredibly interesting. And I think it's because like I personally would never do anything awful like that. And it makes me wonder, like, what makes these people tick? Like, how do you get to a point in your life where you are doing things that are so evil and so bad? Like, how can you hurt another person on purpose? Like, that just, it blows my mind. Anyway, by the way, you guys, I did, after my last Share the Love video, a lot of you were like, you should be watching Bailey Sarian. And I put off watching Bailey for the longest time because I'd seen a few of her videos, but what was happening is I was getting really drawn into her doing her makeup and I wasn't listening to the stories. And then, like, you know, she would say something and I'd be like, wait, but how did we get to this point? And it was, you know, it was me not paying attention to her telling the story. It was me paying attention to her doing the makeup because sometimes multitasking goes wrong, right? And but I started just purposely like ignoring her makeup and just listening to the stories. So what I was doing was making playlists of her videos and just listening to them, which was the way to go with Bailey for me because she's so beautiful, right? Like, and I love the way she does her makeup. But I also just find it really distracting that she's doing, you know, other things while she's talking. And that's hard for me for some reason. I'm not sure why, but yeah, love her channel now and have probably watched almost every single video. Super talented and she's hysterical too. I do really like her sense of humor. So yeah, big fan. But yeah, like I just wanted to share those channels with you guys today. I have to do my mascara, but I'm gonna do this off camera. So I'll be back and I'll show you what this looks like. All right, we have some mascara on and I picked out a lipstick. We're gonna go with the Grande lipstick in Au Naturel. So let's, oh yeah, sorry, you can't. I'm just putting lipstick on. Stick this on here. That's such a pretty nude. Isn't that a pretty color? Oh, I love this. This, I think, is one of my favorite lipsticks. Whoa, this is all I have left. What? I rarely ever finish lipsticks. I'm totally gonna finish this. I love this lipstick. If you haven't tried these, they're really hydrating and like smoothing on the lips. They have this like little white core thing, which I think is supposed to help plump your lips. It doesn't. This isn't gonna plump your lips, but they have some really beautiful colors and just the way that it feels on the lips. Just really like smooth and hydrating. I don't know. I love the feel of this particular lipstick. So anyway, you guys, this is my finished look for my day of running errands. Let me know if you guys like this style of video. If you do, I'll continue to do 1 or 2 of these a month. If you have topics that you want me to chat about, let me know that down below in the comments as well. And remember to check out the description box for the links to all the channels that I mentioned. And I appreciate you guys being here. Give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.